wins the opening tip as they pass it around the perimeter. Now inside, Dulcie turns, can't hit the bucket. Rebound by Bass. And Amaya Reynolds take it up the floor for the Boilers.
And Max, you know, we've seen the Boilermakers start very quick, especially at home. It's been a tough non-conference for them. They faced Notre Dame, who were number 6 in the country at the time, then also number 1, obviously, but they've got used to it. I do see a lot of progression here, so it's a big opportunity to show that they are getting better throughout this early season. 5
seconds on the shot clock. Collier penetrating, stops. Reynolds just going to throw up a shot, and a foul is called. So bailed out late in the shot clock there. 0.3 left, but a shooting foul will send her to the line to shoot 2.
You see it there. It's something that the Boilermakers have struggled with slightly when the shot clock seems to get to that 10-second.
It's the leverage and the left-handed finish. 4-0 start for the Boilermakers.
Yeah, I thought for a second there, McCarthy had almost a handoff to the face there. Gets away with it, though.
Tibiasu for 3. No good off front iron. Rebound Collier. Maryland lit on the bucket thus far. Collier for 3. No good. Rebound Tibiasu. Lombard with a good blow by, but couldn't get the bucket to go. Dulcie inside, fouled by McCarthy. Count the bucket. Christina Dulcie with the 2 and chance for 3 from the line.
And the Boilermakers rely on that physicality in the paint through McCarthy, through Puyere, you'll see coming off the bench throughout this game. But obviously Maryland can match that, and Dulcie one of those players. That's where it's going to be up to the Boilermakers to try and make something happen with those deep line. One of the things when you watch Maryland play, it's one of the few kind of critiques you can have against them is sometimes they do follow the ball slightly, but the Boilermakers not having any runs off the ball there. So Maryland happy to just stand there man-to-man and watch the Boilermakers try and play something.
Lombard looked for the pass to McCarthy, but there was no roll. And a turnover. Smeichel for 3. Way off target. An air ball for Smeichel. And the Mackey crowd going to let her know about it. Been the theme early thus far. Maryland 1 of 7 from the field. Purdue 2 of 6. Reynolds drives. Can't get the bucket, but draws the foul from Ali Kubek, and she'll go to the line for 2 more free throws.
I don't like that play, right? Nothing's happening once again. No real runs off the ball. Maryland's coming out here a man right now, so it's a easily defendable kind of offense. If the Boilermakers aren't moving around, Reynolds sees that, just takes it straight into the paint. The vertical runs, vertical passes are something.
By Mira McLean. Now on the break, Bree McDaniel. Pull up. Can't get it. Rolls around the rim and out. Rebound Dulcie. Dulcie trying to fight her way through. Stuffed out by Jones. Jump ball. And it will go the direction of Purdue. So as we head to our first break, both teams struggling to get it going. Maryland has not scored in 3 minutes. And Purdue is 0 for 5 of their last.
They've got to take more time as the shot clock goes down, and they just have to come away with points because it's just frustration more than anything. Maryland are going to start heating up as this game goes on. Purdue really should be above 10 points.
And for Maryland, Smeichel is 0 for 4 from the field right now. She shoots at a 52% mark normally, as that one doesn't fall either. Maryland needs to get something to fall. Just percentage, 51.08% from the field.
You've got a whole host of players for the Terrapins who go and score 20 points with ease, and right now none of them are showing up. There just seems to be a bit of confusion about exactly what they're trying to do on the offensive end.
Rashunda Jones, pull up 2. And now Maryland looking to break at pace. Smeichel kicks wide. Puffenbarger. Now Tibiasu for 3. No good long. And foul percentage, 51.08% from the field.
You've got a whole host of players for the Terrapins who go and score 20 points with ease, and right now none of them are showing up. There just seems to be a bit of confusion about exactly what they're trying to do on the offensive end.
Rashunda Jones, pull up 2. And now Maryland looking to break at pace. Smeichel kicks wide. Puffenbarger. Now Tibiasu for 3. No good long. And foul. Driving to the baseline, can't find it. harsh pass was going to Bass. Great save. Rashunda Jones able to get it back. Kick to Collier for three. Almost got it off the glass, and a foul called. And that will go against Kendall Purrier. And a little slow to get up is Ali Kubek, who was the victim of that foul.
You know, obviously a great save there by Bass, but again, gets to 10 seconds and the Boilermakers just seems to completely lose all kind of. Went in and, well, last few games, but especially that Duke game, came out absolutely firing, and that's what they normally do. So I think more than anything, just getting inside their own heads. Purdue's doing a good job, I think, inside the paint, but on the outside, there's space there for the Terrapins to take open shots.
No shot clock. Jones will run the offense. 7 seconds left on the clock. Bass for three. Got it! Reagan Bass, a rare three, and she hit it. McDaniel will just toss one up, but it will not count. Got it off after on the outside. And Sellers will look and reset the offense. Sellers, mid-range two. No good. That one was long. Rebounded by Kendall Purrier.
I think maybe that's a slight mindset that Maryland's playing with right now. They've been so hot all season. I think they just think that, all right, well, if we get open, take some shots, they're going to fall. That hasn't happened. You see Sellers there, makes a good one, and then suddenly rushes the next one.
Bass for three.
Makers is if the Terrapins do suddenly go on some 7-point, 10-point run, are they mentally going to be like, okay, we can hang in this? Everything's going their way right now, but you expect Maryland to start getting things going, and that's where the Boilermakers are going to have to step up and show how they've improved this early season.
Bass, mid-range two, way off. Far too much power from Reagan Bassett. Now on the break, Bree McDaniel charging into Bass, and a foul called. And McDaniel will go to the line. Lombard, a very active defensive player last year. She was at Stephen F. Austin, won Defensive Player of the Year in that conference. Dulcie from the stripe. No good. Rebounded by McCarthy. Now Purdue's offense looking to continue their successes. 28-15 current score. Just under 6 minutes to go. Jones.
There, underneath the hoop. Physicality starting to just turn up in this one. But Maryland doing a much better job of finding some open players, and then when they do, just taking the extra half a second to really look down that shot. So this one still stay with the Terrapins. 6 rebounds.
Sellers can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, can't score. Purrier pulls down the rebound. The inside play has been phenomenal from Purdue in the last 30 seconds. Lombard gives to Bass, who tried to give it out to Jones, but Jones was breaking away and couldn't quite pull that one in.
I like the play there by the Boilermakers, taking it inside, fire it back out, and it was a no-look, because every time she's done, she's either come away with points or she's come away with a foul.
McDaniel hits the jump shot off the assist from Smeichel. Maryland has now cut the lead to single digits, just 8. Rashunda Jones, Purdue offense trying to set. Swanson trying to drive, finds Reagan Bass as an option. Bass looking for a little bit of space, tries to float it in and can't. If there is any positive to take from Maryland as of right now, it would be that they're shooting pretty well from the line, now 6 of 8.
Well, I think the other positive, Max, is the fact that Maryland's playing their worst basketball they've played all year, and they're only down 6 points.
Reynolds now to Lombard. Purdue has not scored in the last about 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Crack! They just can't stop Rashunda Jones on the drive. She's 6 of 7.
And that's the most composed, Max, that we've seen the Boilermakers under 10 seconds. Slow things down, have a look, 10 seconds, and that's a veteran play by the sophomore.
Maryland running down the shot clock as much as possible. About 5 seconds separates game and shot clock. Now Sellers, 10 on the shot clock, guarded by Jones. Gets a screen from Dulcie, switch from Reynolds. swarming Maryland right now.
I mean, McCarthy was calling for that one pretty open, really backed herself to try and make a play underneath the basket.
Not the way you want to start the half if you are Purdue. Cheyenne Sellers working on Lombard. Tried to give a feed inside, nearly got it to Dulce, who saved it. Now McDaniel trying to go up and under, gets the finish through the contact.
Such an exceptional play by Dulce. You give up the foul, but go towards that again. Make the Boilermakers really try and have to make a play.
Another foul called on Maryland. And Amaya Reynolds, the victim of another one. Just a reach-in foul there, kind of just restricted Reynolds from the handoff, and Sellers pleading her case to the official.
And that one was pretty much just a tackle, you know, like.
That one looked fairly obvious from our angle. Called, and Poffenbarger will go to the line for 2.
Nice job by Maryland, just getting that mismatch right. Poffenbarger being guarded by Jones, who wasn't really even on her there.
Foul called on Reagan Bass. That's her second. Bass has played every second of this game, as Poffenbarger will hit her first free throw. And Purdue watching their lead dwindle. Physicality to create the separation and the spin finish.
I think without a doubt, Jones is the best player that the Boilermakers can have at the top of the arc when it gets to under 10 seconds. She doesn't rush it, she has a look at all her options, and then she sets and she makes the play happen. And a beautiful job of just taking the ball in, finding Purdue and getting the points.
McDaniel pull up 2, there it is. For all that she's contributed offensively, Maryland is going after Rashad.
Early on in the season, came out a little bit slow after what was just such an unbelievable freshman year. Now really getting into her own and just playing, like you said, Max, exceptionally.
Rashunda Jones, great hustle to keep that in, as Smichael couldn't get it to fall. It ran off the back iron. Now Jones working on Smichael, trying to drive all the way. Offensive foul. Charge on Jones, as Sellers just jumped in there. As you can see, they're in the 7th spot, but no shot, as it's a foul on the floor. I believe that one will go against Cheyenne Sellers for a block.
And we've also seen Harper check into this game for the first time, saw her moving around the inside, and it'll be interesting to see how that kind of changes the dynamic, right? We've seen Purdue and McCarthy pretty much all season. Now Harper comes in, just adds, you know, to that size, but also much more experience than the freshman.
So shot clock resets to 20. Now Collier driving to the paint. About an hour and 15 minutes ago. Jones rips the ball away. And now the offense will have to reset again. 15 seconds.
And this is where the Boilermakers just need to slow the tempo with this game down.
Jones out to Bass for 3. No good off front iron. Rebounded by the Terrapins. Now Bree McDaniel. She's had the ball in her hands a lot. Smichael was closed down by 2. Now McDaniel.
Just absolutely dancing towards the basket, going round the double team, going through it, in fact. Such a nice play there by Smichael. Bass just not getting the support she needs. Bit more communication needed, right, to just get Harper to come help. See Purdue now checking in. I think just need to add a bit more, I guess, physicality. It's tough for Harper to come into this one later into the game. And a nice job by Jones defensively there. But yeah, Purdue's done a good job when they run a play which is kind of designed to open up a player on the outside. They've done that, right? I don't know why they don't go towards it more than 50% from behind the arc.
Maryland will get it in. That one kind of a lazy pass, but it does find the hands of McDaniel. And now Tibiasu will run the offense.
So, you know, offensively, they're not getting any, but defensively, they can't give Maryland second chances like they're doing now.
Smichael didn't hit it, but a good rebound from Poffenbarger, and she puts it back up for 2. And a travel called on Amaya Reynolds.
I'll add small mistakes as well to that list, but, you know, the biggest thing really is the rebounds. You can't keep giving a team as good as Maryland second chances. I know they haven't played their best ball today, but they're heating up. They're getting into this one.
Straight years of domination. And they're looking to recover now as Sellers couldn't get that one through. That may have been tipped by Collier. Now Purdue on the break, 3-on-3. Swanson wanted the pull-up, gives to Bass. What a pass!
Just such a great heads-up play there by Swanson. Slow things down. For a second, looked like she was going to rush that shot. Sees the pass open. That's much better from the Boilermakers.
Tibiasu.
Right up in a moment where the Boilermakers would probably much prefer the game tempo just to slow down for a little bit. Honestly, a foul in that situation is probably one of the best things, aside from taking a timeout, Purdue could do just to try and kill the tempo a little bit.
Cheyenne Sellers will head to the line. She's got 12 points on 5 of 9 shooting from the field, 2 of 2 on free throws. She was arguing with the call, but likely nothing will change. Shot clock now resets to 20 seconds. Ball inbounded to Swanson. And a foul inside on Dulcie. The foul will go against, and another inbound coming for Purdue. No flow out of the timeout, thus fighting with Dulcie to get that one.
Great physicality there by Purier. Just thinking, you know, some of these Boilermakers have got to step up right now, and Purier doing a really nice job.
See the rebounding margin there, -9 for Purdue. As Jones kicks Lombard, wanted it, didn't take it. Gives inside to Bass. That's a mismatch with Smeichel. And Bass finishes in the paint. They cut the lead to single digits now, just 8. So Puryear will go to the line to shoot 2. Puryear not one of the better free throw shooters on the team, just 50% on the season. She's got a funky way of shooting. But she'll make it that time, 1 of 1 now.
Doesn't matter how it looks, as long as it goes down, and that's a big moment there by Purier.
Another slow possession for Purdue. Jones is hounded by 2 Terrapins. It'll go out of bounds, and it will be Maryland basketball.
I think Maryland finally waking up to the fact that there's times the Boilermakers just sit there and don't run a play, and it's easy, right? Double team comes forward, no one's moving off the ball.
No option given for Rashunda Jones there, as that turnover was essentially inevitable.
And I actually didn't hear the whistle. I thought Dulcie was just running around celebrating, to be honest, but you know, Jones just telegraphing a little bit. It's worked so many times, but you can only go back to the same play, you know, to a certain point before Maryland wakes up, and they do wake up there, so they've got to try and do something differently here, the Boilermakers.
Jones, a rare 2 straight misses from the line, a 90% shooter on the season, and she missed both. She's now 3 of 5 on the after. And that one, and they will intentionally foul there, but that may have done it. A 10-point lead for Maryland with 20.6 left. Unless something absolutely miraculous happens, this game is likely over.
I do agree with you, Max. I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to the Boilermakers. They fought the whole way through this one. Maryland obviously haven't played. Is actually enjoying playing basketball right now.
Jones for 3. No good off back iron. Rebounded by Puryear, who pulled back up and get the second chance points. Even if it is a moral victory, it is a victory nonetheless. But the Terrapins, it's out of bounds and the game's not over. 0.7 left as Lombard actually tipped it out of Tibiasu's hands. And so Maryland basketball